Hello fellow adventurers and collectors, Filmaholic here. In today's episode we're pretty much just going to be looking at a couple tips I have for you guys. Now, if you watched my review of this guy, I did mention that his right bicep joint is pretty loose, so I figured I'd show you the way I tighten that joint. Traditionally, I would have used nail polish, clear nail polish, but I've noticed in the past that kind of deteriorates the plastic or something like that. So I didn't want to chance it. So what I ended up using was this masking tape. And with the masking tape, I was able to basically thicken that shoulder so that it's has more tolerance there. So now he's able to hold his weaponry. So yeah, that's just a little thing I learned along the way. Now, something else I wanted to do while this figure was unclothed was thicken up the body a little bit. And the way I went about doing it was I have this packaging foam lying around, and I ended up using that in particular areas to thicken up the body so it filled out the clothes a little bit better. Now, with this material, it's pretty easy to use, and initially my plan was with this to tape it to the body. That didn't work out, so I ended up having to hot glue it to the body. And fair warning, this stuff does melt a little bit, so don't use the hottest setting on your glue gun. It should work pretty well with the cool setting. So as you see here, I'm basically just cutting the shapes that I would need to thicken the areas that I wanted, which were the thighs, the chest, and a little bit of the biceps, I believe. Now again, this is not something you don't necessarily need to do because there are thicker bodies out there, but if you can't afford the thicker bodies like myself, this is a good alternative to get something in the meantime. So as you see here, I'm bringing in the body just to do the modifications I needed. And something weird that I noticed by removing the pants here, I didn't know that he had stockings on. I thought the socks were just two separate pieces, but turns out they're actually one piece. So as you can see here, this is that one piece that I mentioned, but also this is the general idea that I was going for. So I'm going to be wrapping this around the thigh and making sure it's not in the joints or anything like that. So as you notice here, this is when I start bringing in the hot glue gun, because the tape wasn't sticking to the body for whatever reason. It might be the residue from the plastic release, but in the end it worked out with the hot glue gun. I totally forgot to press record on that, but you get the idea. And here he is with the stockings back on. And as you see, it's not that noticeable, but when you feel it in hand, it definitely fills out the clothing a lot more, and that's something I appreciate. So yeah, here he is with the clothes on, and like I said, it's not that noticeable because he's wearing black, but there's definitely something that you'll notice as you do it yourself, or you know, something with a more smaller frame or something like that. So yeah, here he is after I did those modifications, and like I said, they are pretty simple and not that complex, and I hope this helps you in whatever projects you're working on. So thank you all for watching this little quick tip on how to modify your figure, and I'll catch you all next time. I'll see you later.